What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to show you my full face of Victoria Beckham Beauty. Victoria Beckham Beauty is one of those brands that I slowly got to know and slowly got to fall in love with. It was one of those, relationships that you're sort of dipping your toe in, but you don't really know what to do with it. The products are not the only thing why I fell in love with the brand. The whole idea, the whole clean beauty promise that they have, the fact that they're transparent about their ingredients, to their packaging, everything I love about the brand. So let's first talk about the packaging before I get into the demo. You get the packaging, you get the cardboard box. It looks pretty standard when you first get it. With every order, you get a bag, and these bags you can recycle, you can wash, you can do anything with it. It even states in the box, good things come in sustainable packaging. The box is made from recycled materials, and the protective foam is made from non-GMO cornstarch. If you move to keep the cycle going, recycle the box and run the foam underwater to dissolve. It'll safely disappear. Now, I've included a little bit of footage of dissolving this cornstarch, and it's crazy. It takes about a minute and a half for it all to be gone, but it's just something, a little added thing that Victoria Beckham Beauty does, which I love so much. Now guys, I am fighting the light a little bit, so I'm gonna go into this tutorial pretty fast. I already have my base on, I primed my eyes and my lashes, and I have my eyebrows on pretty strong because I think it's going to be a really bold look today. There's only one thing that I don't have and I've never tried, which is the Bitten Lip Tint. It's the one thing that I'm not really eager to try, just because 2 years ago I was really into lip tints and I kind of grown out of it. Maybe I'll rekindle my love for it a little later on, but it's the only thing that I don't have on the line and I can't give my comments or 2 cents for. My mom really loves the gloss, so let's start with the gloss. I know when this came out this year, people were not excited just because it's a clear gloss and it's quite expensive, and I get it guys. The reason I still got it is because, girl needs a clear gloss. I like to apply this before I start my makeup to nourish my lips, but I also love to apply this before I go to bed. I keep this one in my diaper bag just to reapply throughout the day. It's just one of those glosses that it's nice for my lips, it nourishes. I'm actually quite excited about it, and I think it's quite unfortunate that they only came out with one shade and therefore they didn't really make a big impact with it. The shade is called Ice, so I'm assuming there's going to be more shades or else they won't name the shade Ice. I think all the products have skincare benefits, including the gloss. I won't be talking about the skincare benefits because 1, I'm not a dermatologist, and 2, just because some of these products have skincare ingredients doesn't mean that it can replace your skincare. Anyway, as I said before, I am fighting the light a little bit. So I have put on a little ring light in front of me just so that I can continue on filming. So I hope that by the end of this video, it's not going to be too dark and you're not going to see the makeup. I'm first going to go in with the Cheeky Posh Playground blush. I only bought one of these blushes because I'm quite picky about my blushes, and if I didn't like the formula and had all of the colors, I would be quite disappointed. Now I believe this is described as a terracotta shade, and it's definitely terracotta. What I like about this blush, it's quite understated, so you can wear it with pretty much every single look. What I don't like about the blush is I think the size. There's something about this size that just reminds me of one of their lipsticks, and it is quite expensive. So I don't know. I fall in and out of love with this blush and this blush formulation. I've seen most people apply this blush like so, but I go in straight from the tube to my face, and that's basically just because that's what I like to do. Is it a nice blush? Yes. Is it my favorite formula? To be honest, no. I always feel that there is some patchiness going on, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the way that I apply it, but it's not my favorite blush. Also, when it comes to pigment, I think it could pack a little bit more punch, and that's just my personal opinion, of course. You can build it up, and once it's on, it stays on all day. So am I mad that I got it? No, not at all. To be honest, most of the brand has surprised me so far. Nearly everything that I got from them has either become one of my favorite products or at least something that I can definitely work with. Anyway, so this is Playground applied once. All right, next, one of my favorite products of the line, and it took me a while to get this one, is the bronzer. Now, I have bronzer shade number 02, which has 2 shades in it. One is the warm Soleil and the other one is the Contour Honey. Now guys, this is one of my favorite bronzers out there. I think it's my favorite one right now. I just enjoy it so much, especially this lighter shade, which I believe is maybe the contour shade. I'm not really sure. Doesn't matter. The honey shade is where it's all at. This honey shade for my winter color is everything. The first time I saw this color, I didn't think it was going to show up on my skin. It was that light. But now that I've been using it quite a while and my skin is just a little lighter than normally in the summer, I think that this is a beautiful shade that's just, you know, mistake proof, just because it's so light. And look at that. Look at that on my face. You can't tell me that you can't see that. And I have light to medium complexion. Most foundations that I own are neutral foundations, light to medium, with a golden or yellow undertone. Now there is kickback when you use this powder. There's actually quite a ton of kickback, and I've seen most people use a less dense brush than I do, but this is the brush that I like to apply my contour and all of my bronzers with. So I'm going in with what I know and what I enjoy. Am I maybe using up the product a bit faster than I should? Yeah, maybe. But I don't mind. Now this foundation and bronzer combination is what I use if I need to get out the door quickly but want to look presentable and just mistake-proof makeup. This is it for me. I know that people don't advise it, but I do contour with my bronzer. And I do this on my nose area. I think my nose is so rounded. I like to contour a little harsh on the sides. Just to show you a little bit of the other color of the bronzer, I am going to go into that color. I'm going to go in a little bit in the middle so that you can see what that looks like when I deepen out my cheek. I'm going to keep it quite high up on the face, but look at that. I mean, it's deep and dark. But for a night look, perfect, 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 perfect. I was one of those people that had to wait months for the restock of this bronzer. I don't know if you guys had the same problem. So after the first initial launch, I waited and waited and it just didn't come. All right, I'm gonna stop bronzing here because I like to go overboard. And I'm going in with a powder. I'm gonna use the powder by Chantecaille just to cover the rest of my face a bit. There's some additional shine to my face. I just wanna cover that up a little bit. And now comes the good part, the eyes. I do have one of the eyeshadow palettes. I have the Signature palette. And like everybody else, I was incredibly amazed at how small it was. But I definitely love the color story. It's probably the only color story that they have that I really gravitated towards. And call me a basic bitch, but it's beautiful. It's everyday on the go, but you can still smoke it out and look presentable for at night, but also presentable for the office. So it's everything to me. But before I go in with one of the eyeshadow palettes, I think I might go in with the eyeliners first. Now the eyeliners is the reason why I'm doing this right now. And that's because it's my favorite eyeliner formula. I already had 3 shades in the past. I have bronze, cacao, and the black. And now I also purchased the last one, which is the sea gray one. So in total, I have 4 of the liners, and there's a reason for that. This is my favorite eyeliner formula. These SATIN KAJAL liners are everything. You can blend them out. They can stay on all day. I do need to prime my eyes when I use these, but I have that with every single eyeliner. I'm just gonna swatch them all for you, just so that you can see how pigmented and beautiful that they are. As you can see, they're incredibly pigmented, but there is some time that you can just shear them out a little bit. So there's some wiggle room, if you might say. And look at that sea gray one. Look how shimmery it is. Look at the sparkle. I think it has more sparkle than the gold one, the bronze. Let's go in with the liners first. I think I'm gonna do 1 silver eye and 1 gold eye. What do you think? Now for this side, I went in with the black kohl liner and the sea gray. But for this side, I'm gonna start with the brown or the cacao shade, and I'm gonna go in with the gold shade on the center. Because this is the bronze look, I think it's only justified that I use the bronzer as well. I'm gonna go in with the deeper shade and just put it in my crease. On its own, it looks amazing. It's less glittery than the sea gray one, but it does have a metallic finish. All right, these are the two shades. I'm gonna go in with the black in the waterline both. This way I think it just, deepens out my eye. And I'm using the brown shade for my outer corner of my lower lid. And then I can diffuse that with the end that they provide. The inner corner I'm gonna do with the bronze shade. That gray just packs so much more of a punch that I think I'm gonna have to go in with the lid luster in the shade Honey. Oh yes. Let me zoom you in on closer. I think this side is more of a day side and this side more of a night side. I might go in with the liners one more time just to do a cat wing on both, just so you can really see how big or bold you can take it. Now let's go in with the Future Lash Mascara. This is my current favorite mascara, and if you've seen any of my videos or other videos on this channel, you've probably seen me use this one. What I like about this mascara is both the formula and also the spoolie, because it's so small. You can really do your lashes mistake proof with it. You can also get in really close to your lash line without getting it all over your lids. And then at the end of the day, you can take it off so easily because it's one of those tubing mascaras, but it does stay on your lashes for the entire day. So just because you can take it off easily doesn't really mean that it's a bad formula for on the lashes on the day itself. All you need is some warm water and a cotton pad, and you could just slide it on out. Which eye do you prefer? They're both so stunning. The formula, they just killed it again, and I love it. I do have to finish off the look. I have two of the Posh lipsticks. I have the shade Pop and I have the shade Spice. And since one side is more of a day look and the other side is more of a night look, I'm gonna look crazy anyway having these two eyes on, so might as well put both of the lips on either side. I'm gonna make a night side of this one, so I think that the red Pop shade will look nice on this side, and I'm gonna go on the day side. I'm gonna go in with the Spice shade. For Spice, I did have a liner. I have the line or the lip definer in number 2. Before applying this lip definer, I did remove the gloss, but you can use the gloss just with a lip definer or over on top of your lipstick. As far as formula goes, I think that the lip liner is fine of Victoria Beckham Beauty, but it doesn't wow me. I like that it's a pencil liner, but I think that the gel liners just, you know, win overall. The lipstick, it's probably one of my favorite colors, this spice color, but again, the formula is not one of my favorite formulas out there. I do get some good use out of this spice one though. It's just not that long wearing. If I had to recommend a lipstick, at the moment, I would recommend the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. They really blew me out of the park. They really just blew my mind how great they are. They are matte, so if you're not looking for a matte finish, then I'll just go for the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing formula. That's a beautiful formula as well. Am I mad that I have these lipsticks? No. If you're a Victoria Beckham Beauty fan, then get these lipsticks. Now guys, admittedly, I look a little crazy, but it's just so you can see the differences between my eyes, the eyeliners. This is my night look, and this is my day look. These are the eyes up close. And these are the lips up close. Okay, well, I changed my lip again just to one color because it was looking a little bit too crazy for me to do this outro. But let me just go into the things that I really think that you should get from Victoria Beckham Beauty. I love all of the products, but that's because I am a Victoria Beckham Beauty stan. And so far, none of the formulations have been so crazy that I could just not work with them, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you get a product and no matter what you do, you can't work with that product. And Victoria Beckham Beauty is not like that for me. But there's definitely some huge hits for me, some holy grail status hits. And there's some things that I can be like, well, I think you could skip on, or there are other formulations out there that I like much better. So let's first start with the first thing that I applied, which is the blush. The Terracotta Playground Blush. Do I like the shade? Yes. Is it pigmented? Not really. Does it stay on all day? Yes. Is it very sheer on the cheeks? Yes. Does it matte down? No. Would I recommend it? I guess I would recommend it if you want something of the entire line, so you want one of each. I would recommend this. Then we go to the bronzer. One thing that I love about this bronzer, the formula. The second thing I love about this bronzer, the size. It's a good size compared to some of the other things that they have. It's pricey, but it is refillable. So you can take out this component and then you can buy the refill, which is cheaper than the entire thing. It's weighty. I don't think you're going to be disappointed if you buy this bronzer. Know that there's going to be some kickback. It's not a big gelée formula. It's just a, I guess, regular bronzer formula. But it's beautiful. Does it have skincare benefits? Sure, it probably does. But I don't buy it for the skincare benefits. I buy it for the way it applies on the face. And if I want to look beautiful, I use this bronzer. The palette. Just like everybody else, I was surprised about the size of this little palette. I'm also upset that it's not a refillable formula. I'm not upset that I have it. It's probably, when it comes to shades, my most safe everyday shade formula, but you can really sheer everything out. It's, I don't know, I don't think it's supposed to be hugely pigmented. I think it's made for shading and smoking and slowly building up color. So don't expect necessarily to have a punch of color the moment you go into one of these deeper shades. Even if you pack on a huge amount of color, it does fade out the moment you start blending it out or brushing it out. I like this formula. I wish that for the price it was a bigger size, but at the same time I have Charlotte Tilbury quads that I'm super happy with and that are about the same price. So will I try to get some of the other shades that they have out there? No, at the moment this was the only palette that they had that I really wanted. I did look into the Silky palette, but I saw that the Queen of Glow palette of Charlotte Tilbury is about the same or better when it comes to pigment and shine. So I decided to get that one instead. So overall, when it comes to the eyeshadow palette, I think that you can find other formulas out there, but you won't be upset if you get this one. Now come the eyeliners. Well, there's a reason why I have 4 eyeliners and I want to get more, and that's because this is my favorite eyeliner formula. I can't wait to get all of these shades. I love them. Clearly, I love them. I think they're so versatile. You can use them as full one and done shades. I've done full looks with only these liners. Do I need to use an eye primer? Yes, but I need to use an eye primer for every single shadow that's out there. I have extremely hooded lids, and my hood on this eye goes quite low, so it's really hard to find a good formula to stay on my lids for the entirety of the day. The moment I prime my lids and put these liners on, they basically stay on all day. The sea gray color that you're probably most interested in seeing on the lids, get it. Go get it. You're not going to be disappointed. This is beautiful. I think if you had the tuxedo eyeshadow palette, which is the more cool toned eyeshadow palette of this one, you're definitely going to make a beautiful look out of it. But as you can see, I have the signature palette and I still can create a beautiful look. Easy. It took me about 5 minutes to do this eye. So guys, get this shade. If you're more into a daytime, less shimmery shade, get the bronze. I can't say more about these liners than I already have without repeating myself. They're beautiful. Then of course comes the lid luster. The lid lusters is the reason why I actually started looking into Victoria Beckham Beauty. I was so captivated by this color that I thought, okay, let me just, you know, dabble my way into Victoria Beckham Beauty, see if it's something for me. Do I want more of the shades? Yes. I'm thinking about getting Tea Rose and Mink. I think the blue shade is beautiful and the darker shade is also beautiful, but I won't most likely use those colors. But if you were looking at these lid lusters and you wanted to get one, Honey is a beautiful everyday shade. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful formula. It's a nice pop of color. It's a great addition if you have one of the palettes that is not silk or silky. And that's because all of the other palettes don't have any shimmer shades in them. So you can really pop on one of these and make a beautiful look out of it. Lastly, we have the lip products. I know what people are going to say. There is a better or cheaper formula out there when it comes to the lip gloss. But I will say this, I use this on a daily basis. It's a good size. It's almost as expensive as the Westman Atelier Squeaky Clean lip balms. And when it comes to formula, they're really different. So this is a pure gloss. And if you're looking for a nice clear gloss that you just want to have on the go every day, then this one. I use this gloss at night before I go to bed as well as a sort of lip mask, and it's just something that I started doing when I had this and I didn't have anything else. I didn't have my lip mask anymore and I was like, well, I need something. The weather is getting colder, and this has really improved my lips. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about this. I think you should get it, and yeah, that's my thought on that. Now the lipsticks and the liner. Truth be told, there's nothing wrong with them. The liner, it's a beautiful liner, it's a beautiful color. It's probably one of my favorite colors of liners because it's so chestnutty brown. And actually next to that cheeky Posh stick, it looks really nice. The lip liner and the lipsticks, both of them are beautiful and they're not bad formulas, and I do use them as a collection. Great. If you're just a Victoria Beckham lover and you want the entire collection and these were the products that you were presented with, you're not going to be disappointed. The wear time, it's not amazing. They're also hydrating formulas when it comes to these lipsticks, so that's normal that they're just not all day wear time. They're more of a lip balm type of feel, and they're really nice on the lips once they're on. You do need to reapply them. For me, twice a day. The lip liner, yeah, that one stays on quite long. So this one has a better wear time, and I do use the liner more often than I use the lipsticks because I like to use the liner in tangent with the gloss that I love so much. Make sure that if you look at the website and you want to get some stuff, make sure you look at the gift sets, because some of these things I got in this set, which was in the end cheaper for me to get them in a set. Also, make sure you look at if you want to include a sharpener or not, because it can save you about $2 or €2. I forgot to do it on one of the pencils that I got, so I do have a sharpener that I'm just gonna keep in my drawer for if one of my other sharpeners is busted. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Victoria Beckham Beauty. I'm probably never going to be the first because Victoria Beckham doesn't send out their products really fast. It takes about a week for all of the products to get to my house, but it's honestly one of my favorite brands that is out there. I hope they do another sale this year so I can get a little bit more of the products. Comment down below and let me know if you love this eyeliner. or just the look in itself. I personally really like it, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. But would you wear it? Let me know. Like this video if you saw some value in this video, and yeah, if you just want to chat or anything, comment, DM me on my Instagram, and have a really beautiful day, guys.